Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a no makeup look. Now I was having a little bit of a lazy day, and I know most of us have lazy days, and there are days when we just don't want to put a lot of effort into looking good, but we still want to look put together, and I thought this is the perfect time to film this video for you guys. And I've had a few requests in the past to do this makeup look, and I thought this is the kind of look that looks good on everybody, and anybody in the world can do this makeup look, and it is easy, it is fast, it is quick. It does involve a little bit more effort than you think, and this is going to be my version, so this might turn out to be a lot more makeup for some of you, and I understand that. I will suggest along the way the steps you can skip and the steps you can add, or the steps you can modify to suit for your own convenience and your own way of doing your makeup. And I hope this video is helpful for you guys and you're able to learn and pick up a few tips and tricks and make it your own. So if you want to know how I got this look, please keep on watching. So I'm going to start by drinking water as always. So when you're doing a no makeup look, you want your skin to look naturally beautiful, and for that I highly suggest using a primer. You can use something like the Benefit Porefessional, or if you don't have the Porefessional, you can definitely also use the Sleek Control Shine and Prime. They both have almost the same kind of texture and tint and almost the same function as well. They go onto your skin, they really smooth out your skin, and they fill in your pores. So I'm going to use the Benefit Porefessional for that, and if you're doing a no makeup look, using a primer is essential because you want your skin to look naturally pretty and you don't want your pores to show as much. So don't mind my nail paint, I have to do them again. I don't think I like this nail paint as much. Actually, I'm not really fond of blue nail polish that much. I prefer nude nails. So you'll see in most of my videos I have nude nails. But anyway, coming back to this makeup look, so I'm gonna focus this primer basically around the sides of my nose. That is where I tend to get the most pores. That's where everybody tends to get the most pores. And I'm also gonna put it a little bit on my forehead, so everything blends nicely and easily. This is also going to create a really nice base for the rest of the things that we are going to put on our face. And everybody has these kind of lazy days when you don't want to put up, when you don't actually want to put a lot of effort into your makeup, but you know, it's still going to take a little bit of effort, but not as much effort as doing like a full-blown face full of makeup. So after I'm done priming, I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm not going to put foundation on my face, so I'm just going to conceal the areas that need to be concealed, like my under eye circles and, you know, along the sides of my mouth, just a little bit on my forehead, something like that. So I'm not going to use a full-blown foundation, I'm only going to use concealer. So moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Kryolan Brush On Concealer. You can also use the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch, that's the same kind of thing. I think this one is 400 and that one is 475, but they do almost the same kind of thing, but they serve the same kind of purpose. And the Maybelline one has a little bit more coverage, and I don't think it has a lot of shades for darker skin tones, but in Kryolan you can definitely find a ton of different shades, and I like both of them. So you just need to twist this like the Maybelline one to get the product out, and here's the product. So I'm just going to put it wherever I need extra coverage, so under my eyes, and I'm just going to put it in a triangle shape. So this is also going to highlight as well as cover any imperfections in that area. This I find is a little bit more moisturizing than the Maybelline one, because I find that the Maybelline one is a little bit too drying for my under eye, and I mean it works really well after I put on a heavy eye cream. But if I don't put on a heavy eye cream, I find that it gets a little bit dry under my eyes. There is an aeroplane around somewhere and I know it looks like a lot of product, but trust me, when you blend it all out, it does not look cakey or sit on top of your skin. And one of the things that you can do to make your skin look really natural and to make sure that these things don't look like extra product on your face is use a beauty blender or the Real Technique sponge, or you can even use the small triangle white sponges. I know I had them, but I don't really know where they are. So I'm just going to start blending this with my beauty blender, and this is going to take a little bit of time, but this is so worth it. This makes sure that your skin looks like skin and it does not look like there's product sitting on top of your skin. So I'm just going to blend this whole thing. highly suggest investing in a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge, or any makeup sponge for that matter, because makeup sponges make such a huge difference, and they actually make your makeup look so natural. So you can use the heaviest of foundations, and using a makeup sponge like the beauty blender or the Real Technique sponge actually make a world of a difference, and they will make your makeup look like your skin. It does take a little bit more time, I'm not gonna lie. It is always much easier to use a gigantic brush and just go over your face, but this process is so worth it. If you want your skin to really look like skin, this is really worth it. As you can see, my face is already looking a lot more awake and even toned. So now I'm going to move on to another concealer, and this is also by Kryolan. This is the Derma Camouflage Creme, and this is a shade lighter than my skin tone. So I'm going to use this just under my eyes and around the sides of my mouth, where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, but not too much. This is a really simple, easy step. You just want to put your ring finger into the concealer and just press it on the areas where you feel like you need a little bit more coverage. That's all. This concealer is really high coverage. So, and this only costs like 350 rupees. So if you're looking for a really nice full coverage concealer, you should definitely get this. Now I know there are going to be some of you who are going to say that this is not a no makeup look and I'm already using so many products and this and that, but this is my version of the no makeup look, and of course you can learn from it. And if you don't need this much concealer, or if you have absolutely perfect skin with no dark circles or any issues, you can definitely adapt this technique and just use a hint of concealer where you need a little bit of coverage, and then go from there and just move on to the next step that I'm going to do after this. And you don't need two concealers. I'm just a little bit crazy that way because this is just my version of the no makeup look. So I hope you guys understand. Moving on to powder, I'm going to use the Maybelline, what is this called? Dream Satin Skin Powder. And this is what that looks like. I'm sure most of you know what this looks like. So I am going to pick up my Real Technique sponge. It looks a little bit dirty because I have been using it. I'm just going to pick this up and set wherever I put my concealer, because if you don't set your concealer, it is going to move throughout the day and crease, and you know, this is just something that you have to do. And I even suggest doing this if you have dry skin, because this will just ensure that your makeup lasts that much longer, and you know, your efforts don't go waste at the end of the day. So if you're actually putting in so much effort to apply concealer in the first place, you really should set the concealer to make sure that it doesn't move throughout the day. I'm also using this powder because it has a little bit of coverage. So this is not a really flat powder like the Rimmel Stay Matte. That is more like a translucent powder. It has no coverage, and I'm using this powder because it has a little bit of coverage. And they say this is a two-way cake because it is like a powder foundation. So I mean, you can use it wet, you can use a sponge wet with it, but I've never tried that. And yeah, that's that. I'm also gonna put whatever is remaining on my sponge on the outside of my face where I did not put any concealer or anything, so that my bronzer blends a little bit better. My lips are feeling dry, so I'm just going to use a lip balm to moisturize them while I do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to use the Body Shop Honey Bronzer to give a little bit more color to my face and just to sculpt a little bit, because this is something that I do anyway. So for me, this is something that is not like an extra step. This is like a part of my everyday makeup routine, and I just feel comfortable with bronzer on. And bronzers and highlighters are my favorite products in makeup, because I just think bronzers and highlighters make so much difference in your skin, and I just can't skip bronzer because it sculpts your face, it gives a little bit more warmth. And there is an aeroplane. Please feel free to skip this step, because not everything that I do in this video is essential. Not everybody needs to do all this, and of course I surely don't need to do all this as well. Nobody needs to do makeup per se. I just love it. Just find any excuse to do makeup. So after that is done, I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I'm going to use a sleek eyebrow pencil. So this is going to be the first time I'm going to use this, and if you've been watching my videos, you know that I absolutely love using the sleek eyebrow kit for my eyebrows, and that's what I use daily and I just can't live without that. I use it in 2 shades, light and dark, and I use both the things, both the eyebrow kits to do my eyebrows. So yeah, this is really daring of me. And the way I do my eyebrows, it's kind of loud for an everyday basis. So I wanted to use this pencil because I want to create a really nice natural looking eyebrows, and the way I do my eyebrows, it's a little bit harsh for everyday, especially for like a no makeup look. For a no makeup look, you just want to define your eyebrows, you just want to fill in any gaps or any bald spots, and yeah, that's pretty much all. You don't want to make your eyebrows look fake or heavy. Oh my god, I'm really scared. This eyebrow pencil is, I don't know how this is gonna end up, but anyway, we're giving it a shot. I'm not really a big eyebrow pencil person. I like filling my eyebrows with eyebrow powders and waxes because that's just what I'm comfortable with, that's just what I'm used to using. I don't really use pencils that often. And I actually want to try the Maybelline Fashion Brow because I've heard so much about it and people actually like it, so I really want to try it. I'm using the lightest hand possible because this pencil is very pigmented and I don't really want to end up with a harsh line. And you always want to go in short strokes when you're using pencils because again, you don't want to end up with a harsh line. It is not going to blend and just sit there and look harsh and unnatural. So that is what I have done with my eyebrows. I feel like they look pretty good, and I'm just going to use the Body Shop's eyebrow kit and this lighter brown powder and just the tiniest bit, and I'm just going to fill in the outside part of my eyebrow with that because I feel like since I have a bald spot here in this part, I feel like if I don't put powder in, it just looks like it doesn't have anything to hold on to. So I just like to fill in with powder to make sure that the eyebrow products don't go anywhere. So moving on to eyes, the first thing that I'm going to do is apply this Lotus Colorkick Kajal in my upper waterline, and what that is going to do is give my lashes a little bit more of a fuller look, and it will give the look of eyeliner without having to actually put eyeliner on. And the whole purpose of eyeliner is to actually make your lashes look thicker. So I'm just going to put that in my upper waterline. Wow, this is a very weird shot. Now I am going to take the Makeup Revolution Iconic 2 palette and I'm going to pick up this shade actually first. And you only want just a little bit of slight definition in your crease, because if you leave your eyelid looking flat like that, it just doesn't look that flattering in my opinion. So I'm just going to take this light cool tone brown shade and I'm going to put it right in my crease, just a little bit for some slight definition, so it looks like I have a crease. After that, I'm just going to blend it in with a bigger fluffier brush. Now I am going to curl my eyelashes with the Color Bar eyelash curler, and curl lashes are really going to open up your eyes and make your eyes look really wide and bright. And there are aeroplanes. You can hear aeroplanes all the freaking time. There must be a lot of flights going on today. I'm sick of hearing aeroplanes now. I am just going to apply a touch of the Mary Luminizer by the Balm, and I'm just going to take it on a little brush and just apply the tiniest amount in the inner corners of my eyes. And you have to make sure that you apply just the tiniest amount because this is extremely shimmery. So if you apply too much, it is going to look like makeup, and yeah, that's what I'm going to say. And this is something that you don't really need to do, but I really like to do this because it really opens up your eyes and makes you look awake and healthy and yeah, just not tired is what I'm going to say. Now I am going to apply tons of mascara. Now I know a lot of people are going to say that this is not a no makeup look. You can of course tell that somebody is wearing mascara. But mascara for me is like the ultimate makeup product, like one of the top 3 makeup products that if I had to choose 3 makeup products mascara would be one of them. And long fluttery lashes look absolutely gorgeous, and even on days when I'm not wearing anything, I'm definitely wearing some tinted lip balm or lip stain or something like that, and mascara, because I just can't live without mascara. So if you don't want to apply tons of mascara, you can definitely change this look for yourself. You can use a lighter mascara that is not very volumizing, or something that is not going to give you tons of definition. If you just want a slight amount of definition, you can just apply like a single coat of say Maybelline Hyper Curl. What is it? Yeah, here. Something like the Maybelline Hyper Curl, because this is not going to give you a ton of volume or length or definition. This is like an easy everyday mascara if you don't want extreme volume. But I'm going to use a combination of Falsies and Colossal, because I absolutely love long, voluminous, healthy, fluttery lashes even on days when I'm wearing no makeup. So yeah, this is just my version. I'm also going to apply mascara to my lower lashes, but I'm going to wait for this top layer to dry first, because to apply mascara on my lower lashes I have to kind of look up. So if I do that when my eyelashes are wet, I'm going to get mascara everywhere, and as you can see I have a little bit of mascara on my eyelid here and here. So I'm just going to wait for it to dry so I can flake that off. And while that is drying, I'm going to move on to the rest of my face and apply my blush. So for blush, I'm going to use the Faces Glam On blush in the shade Gold Dust. This is just gonna look beautiful, natural and amazing. I love this blush. It is like a brownie, dusty kind of color. It doesn't look like blush, and you can see it has a little bit of sheen and shimmer in the pan itself, but that does not translate much onto the face. And even if it does, the shimmer kind of just goes away within like half an hour, and you're left with this beautiful brownie, dusty color. So this is like a natural blush that would go with almost anything and almost any lip color, almost any look, and it just looks really, really nice. So I'm going to use this blush, and as you can see, it doesn't look like I have any shine or shimmer on my cheek yet, because this blush is really nice. It does not, the shimmer does not translate onto your cheeks. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to take off that mascara that got on my eyelid with a Q-tip. As you can see, it's really easy. Once the mascara dries, it is really easy to flake it off. But you have to wait for it to dry, because if you don't wait for it to dry, it is going to spread everywhere. Now I'm going to apply mascara to my bottom lashes, which is always extremely hard to do on camera because I always go out of focus. Now that that is done, I'm going to wait for it to dry before I put on my nude eyeliner inside, and I am going to stain my lips with the Revlon, what is this, Just Bitten Kissable Balm stain, and my writing has rubbed off. I have tons of these. I have them in all colors I think, but I only use the Lovesick one and the Sweetheart one, and I've almost finished the Lovesick one, and this is in the shade Sweetheart. It's a really beautiful yellow based pink, and I'm just gonna spread it on my lips. And I'm not going to leave it like that because that's a very bold color and also very shiny. I'm going to wait for it so it can stain my lips a little bit more, and then I'm going to blot off the excess, and I'm going to be left with a really nice beautiful stain. After blotting it off with the tissue 2 or 3 times, I'm left with this stain, and I'm just going to use my NYX Lip Liner in Natural, which I'm almost out of. And I'm just gonna line my lips and create the shape that I want, and this is a really nice natural kind of lip liner, so it's not gonna look very obvious, and I like to overdraw my lips, so it is going to give me a nice shape without looking too in your face or too obvious. Now I'm going to line my eyes with this Kryolan face liner, and this is in the shade, I don't know, it just says color code 22, so that must be the shade. And I'm going to line my lower lash line, lower waterline with that. This is just going to brighten up my eyes and make them look even more awake, and also cancel out the black that may have transferred from my upper waterline. Now going back to the Matte Luminizer, I am going to use it to highlight my face a little bit, and you can definitely skip this step, but I absolutely love highlight. I am not going to skip this step. I love that it makes you look really nice and healthy, but I'm going to apply it much less than I actually usually do, because this is a no makeup look, so you don't want to look like you put in a lot of effort. But let's be real, it does take a whole lot of effort. So I'm just gonna apply the tiniest bit, and I'm just touching the brush onto my face, and I'm being really gentle and just applying it on the tops of my cheeks. Nowhere else, because I'm not gonna highlight under my eyebrow or maybe just my cupid's bow. So yeah, I think that is it. Oh, one more step. Now the last step is also optional, but I like to do this because it takes away the powderiness and it makes sure that my skin looks even more natural. Like all the powderiness will go after the step, and it will also make my makeup last longer. So I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray it on my face to make sure that my makeup lasts that much longer. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of makeup for some of you guys, and some of you guys don't even have the time to do all this, and I absolutely understand that. There are days when I just don't wear makeup at all, and I just go out when, you know, you're in a rush, you're in a hurry. But this is the kind of makeup look that you can do on sick days and lazy days and days when you don't want to look like you put in a lot of effort and you still want to look polished and put together. And this is the makeup look that will look good anywhere, everywhere. And this is such a universal look that everybody can do. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something helpful. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video and learned something new. I would really appreciate it if you show your love by subscribing to my channel. I post twice a week. I make videos on makeup reviews, product reviews, makeup tutorials, and skincare, hair care, hauls, tags, everything. Fun stuff. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already. Leave your wonderful comments below. All my social media links will also be in the description box. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Everything will be in the bottom bar below. So make sure you don't forget to check that out. It has links to some of my other videos as well. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye!